Hi everyone, welcome to your weekly reading. I've already properly shuffled the deck, so let's go ahead and get right into this. This is the weekly reading for the week of July 17th. Weekly reading for the week of July 17th. What are the messages for the week of July 17th? What are the messages for the week of July 17th? What are the messages for the week of July 17th? Okay, so let's go ahead and get 9 cards. First card is the Tower. Seven of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Page of Wands. The Hermit. Five of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Two of Swords. And then the final card will be the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so I see a lot of things going on in this reading, but first let's make sure that you can see the cards. Okay, so we have, as a heart of the reading, the Hermit. I feel like right now somebody is doing a lot of soul searching. You're really trying to figure out what you want to do. I see a lot of cards in this spread that I feel like someone is contemplating a big change in their life. Something huge. I mean, we do have the Tower as the first card. So I feel like you're contemplating like something even shocking. Maybe it's even shocking to you that you're thinking of doing this. Someone is definitely doing a lot of thinking and a lot of planning and soul searching. Okay, so let's start with the top row. We have the Tower, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. So I mean, seeing the Seven of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, this tells me that somebody is doing, I said, a lot of thinking, a lot of analyzing, a lot of planning, a lot of like maybe even comparing two outcomes or two people, or you're imagining two different futures. I feel like you're contemplating a big change because of the Tower. I feel like you may be planning something totally unexpected, like an unexpected change in your life. Or this could be something that is going to affect you. Someone is planning something that will take you completely by surprise. That is the energy of the Tower. So I feel like somebody is really trying to figure out, is this the right thing? How do I approach this? You're thinking of like all the details, weighing all your options, and you're planning exactly how you want to carry this out. This is like some type of big and dramatic and shocking change in your life. Now moving on to this row here, the Page of Wands, the Hermit, and the Five of Pentacles. And I feel like, you know, you're planning this change. I mean, seeing the Five of Pentacles here, I feel like you feel it's your time. It's your time to be happy, because the Five of Pentacles is not a very happy card. It's a card of feeling left out and feeling like a loner and feeling like you don't belong anywhere. And I feel like you're doing a lot of soul searching about this. Like, why don't I connect with people? Because this could be at work, or it could be in relationships. And I feel like you're doing something about this. I mean, seeing the Page of Wands, this is an action card. This could be also communication that gets the ball rolling. The Page of Wands is excitement and change and a lot of movement. So I feel like those who are feeling unhappy, disconnected, you know, if you feel like a loner, you don't belong anywhere, you're doing a lot of soul searching about what you're going to do about this. This could also be financial. It could be that you're struggling financially and you're finally like knowing that you're soul searching, that you have to do something about the situation. You have to take action. It could be that you're communicating with an employer, or you're finally, you know, the Page of Wands just means that you're being adventurous, that you're doing the unexpected, and it is lined up with the Tower. Now, looking at this row here, we have the Eight of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Page of Wands. So I feel like somebody is like, you're so close to like making some type of big change in your life, because you're tired of this energy of the Five of Pentacles. You're tired of feeling left out. You're tired of being alone, feeling like a loner. And I mean, you want to take action on something, you know, you want to make a big change in your life. You're doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of planning. But this energy of the Eight of Swords comes up again, and right next to the Two of Swords. So I feel like, I mean, this is the Eight of Swords is a card of feeling trapped. I feel like something is stopping you from like this huge change that I see in this spread. The Eight of Swords, it means that you feel trapped. You feel like your hands are tied behind your back. But yet there's something that you're envisioning, like a big, shocking change that you've been doing a lot of thinking about and a lot of soul searching, but you can't figure out the details of how you're going to do this. The Two of Swords, it also means that this is a very difficult situation. It could even be that there's two people involved. I mean, the twos to me sometimes represent choosing between two things, and we have the Two of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Swords, you know, it also just means that you've reached a dead end and that nothing's going to happen. I mean, these two cards are literally like two cards of being stuck. So I feel like somebody is thinking that, you know, they want to set this big plan in motion for their life. There's something big and shocking, and I feel like, you know, a huge plan you have for your life, but yet you feel completely like trapped. You don't know how to get the ball rolling. The Page of Pentacles is telling you, really look at all the details. Look at all the details. The Page of Pentacles is about reading the fine print. This is about studying things. This is about knowledge. I feel like you're not as trapped as you think you are, even though we do have two cards here. Remember, the Eight of Swords is just the illusion of being trapped. Your mind is playing tricks on you. And the Two of Swords just means that you have to make a difficult decision. And I feel like you've been doing a lot of thinking about this. Look what it's lined up with. The Seven of Pentacles and the Hermit. Both cards are about soul searching and doing a lot of thinking and planning. But I feel like you feel trapped in a situation, and there's some type of difficult decision that you have to make in order to bring in this excitement, in order to not feel left out and lonely, in order to find the place where you belong, or make this big change, this shocking change happen in your life. They're asking you to pay attention to the details of your situation, because I feel like you're not as trapped as you think you are, or it's not as hopeless as it seems. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the love reading. Okay, so let's get into the love reading. I've already properly shuffled. I'm just going to give the deck another quick shuffle, just like this. This is the love reading for the week of July 17th. Love reading for the week of July 17th. What are the energies around love and romance for the week of July 17th? Energies around love and romance for the week of July 17th. Do you see how this card doesn't want to go in? This will be, oh, okay. Our first two cards, Judgment and Page of Cups. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a few more. Two of Swords, which just came up in the weekly reading. The Ace of Cups. Four of Wands. The Hangman. And there was a lot of Hangman energy in the weekly reading as well. Let's see what else comes up. Seven of Cups. Seven of Pentacles, also in the weekly reading. And final card will be Justice. Okay, so I see a lot of interesting messages here. Let me just make sure that we can see everything. Okay, so the heart of the reading is the Four of Wands. This card represents marriage, it represents the home, and it represents stability. Okay, so let's take it one row at a time. Up here we have Judgment, Page of Cups, and Two of Swords. You know, this really does remind me, I feel like I said it last week as well, it reminds me a lot of the weekly reading, because the first card over there was the Tower, a major arcana, and again here we start with a major arcana, Judgment, which represents a new beginning. And it's literally lined up here with a new beginning, and then confusion. So I feel like somebody, I feel like you're wanting to either, there's a partner that you're wanting to get back together with, because I mean we do have the Page of Cups as well. This could be a new relationship that's you're contemplating, that's available to you. I'm getting like so many different messages from this reading. Let me try to narrow it down for you, because Judgment, it represents like a new beginning. This is a rebirth. This just means that you've been in a dark place, you've hit rock bottom, and you're being given a second chance to be happy. And literally this card is surrounded by love. The Page of Cups, that represents a new love coming into your life, rekindling an old relationship. And then here is the Ace of Cups, which represents a new beginning. Again, the same thing, a new love or rekindling a relationship. So I feel like you're contemplating either giving someone a second chance, or you're contemplating giving yourself a second chance when it comes to love, when you've not really been in a good place. Now the Two of Swords tells me that it's not just that things are not as easy as I'm talking about. There's something else going on with the Two of Swords, and it was also in the weekly reading. The Two of Swords can mean that in order for you to have the second chance from the Judgment card, it comes with a very difficult decision. Maybe you have to choose between two partners, or you have to choose between two lifestyles or two outcomes. The Two of Swords, it just means that you're stuck until you make a decision. I feel like, the Four of Wands, it's like this is a marriage card. And to me, this card, it's not just like, a relationship or marriage, but it's like, it feels like a life partner, because it represents stability. Like you finally have the stability. I mean, look at the reading like this: Judgment, Four of Wands, Justice. So again, this is your second chance to be happy, to have, the relationship, the marriage you always wanted. It's justice, or it could be karmic as well. The universe is setting things right for you to have what you deserve with the Justice card. But I feel like this comes with, some tricky energy with the Two of Swords there. Like you have to make a difficult decision, and you're not moving forward until you make that decision. But usually with this card, you don't want to do what you have to do. It's something very difficult. And I see that with the Hangman being right here, because this represents being in limbo. It's like there's all this love around you, but you're in limbo until you make that decision. Now moving on to this row here, Ace of Cups, Four of Wands, the Hangman. So like love, both cards here, both cards are telling you that there is love around you, or there is a relationship that can be healed. But I feel like it's not happening. In every row, I see a card where there is like confusing energy, or there's conflict. I see love in every row, but I also see confusion. So I feel like here, this is a marriage, a new person coming into your life, but there's also, this energy of like being in limbo. And it can mean that, some of you, there's something going on at home where something in the relationship needs to be worked out, because even though you have a marriage, you have your partner, someone feels like things are not stable. You feel like things are up in the air with the Hangman. You don't know what's going on in the relationship, but the Ace of Cups is telling you that you can have that new beginning. But I feel like this may come with a difficult decision for you. But for others, I feel like, a double message of love with this energy of like being stuck. I feel like, with the Hangman, it's all about perspective. You need to change the way that you're thinking. And in the weekly reading, we did have a message that you feel stuck. We had the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords right next to each other, and then we have the Two of Swords again. So I feel like for some of you, there's something that's waiting for you here, but it's being withheld from you until maybe you get straight what you want or you're ready to take action. Now down here, we have the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and Justice. So, the Seven of Cups, that's a lot of confusion. That's why I said, even though the love is here in this reading, it's like it's not that easy. Like there's other things going on in the situation. Seven of Cups, this can mean that there's more than one person involved. It can mean that you're torn between like two partners, or you're not sure how you feel about someone. The Seven of Pentacles that was in the weekly reading, this just means that you're doing a lot of planning and analyzing. And it could be because you're doing all this like planning, and there could be more than one person with the Seven of Cups. Sometimes means that you have more than one choice when it comes to a partner. The Seven of Pentacles is telling me that you're doing a lot of comparing and a lot of planning, and you're analyzing your situation. And then we have Justice, which means that, this is a major arcana, and they're telling you that it's time to do the right thing. So this is a general reading, so it's hard to say exactly what the message they're trying to get across, because I'm getting so many different messages, especially, for singles and couples. I feel like people are torn between different partners. And even though there's love all around you, and there's an opportunity for you to have what you've always wanted, even though you may have felt that maybe love was not going to happen for you, Judgment is telling you that this is your second chance to be happy, to have that marriage. There can finally be justice. You finally get what you deserve. But I feel like someone's stuck. And I see that right here in both of these cards. So the Two of Swords and the Hangman. It's like you're stuck. That love is right there. It's so close. But I feel like it's not quite happening. It's like there's confusion, and maybe because there's more than one person. But I feel like you're, just like I said in the weekly reading, you're doing a lot of thinking and trying to figure out maybe who it is you want to be with, or who would be the best partner for you. Okay, everyone, this has been your weekly reading. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next week.